Welcome, I'm Marcus. Today, I'll show you how we create the world's most advanced futuristic pork hamburger, step by step.
Our facility is designed for one thing, the perfect futuristic pork hamburger.
It starts with science and ends with flavor. Every futuristic pork hamburger is a masterpiece of engineering.
The scale is massive, producing millions of futuristic pork hamburgers daily without human touch.
Precision is everything when handling premium pork meat.
Quality starts with the environment. We keep our raw pork meat in perfect atmospheric conditions.
Our AI ensures that no futuristic pork hamburger leaves this floor unless it is 100% perfect.
The journey begins here at the loading dock with our sustainably sourced raw pork meat.
We track every single protein strand of this pork meat from the farm to the bun.
This is the future of food. Stick with me.
We are receiving a new batch of premium raw pork meat right now.
The laser checks the density of the pork meat to ensure the perfect texture for our pork hamburgers.
This pneumatic system moves the pork meat at high speeds to maintain freshness.
We only use the leanest cuts for the futuristic pork hamburger patty.
Different grades of pork meat are sorted here for our various pork hamburger lines.
The thermal scan ensures the raw pork meat is at the exact temperature for grinding.
Every ounce of pork meat must be 100% sterile before it enters the mixing phase.
You feel the quality.
This pork meat is perfect for today's production.
From this hole, the pork meat is distributed to the core processing zones.
Now, the real work begins. Subscribe and like. Now, love you.
Before the grind, the pork meat enters the lab for molecular analysis.
We test the flavor profile of every batch of pork meat.
100% pure. No fillers. No fillers. Just high-quality pork meat for our hamburgers. Our spice blend is what makes the futuristic pork hamburger legendary.
This is the prototype for today's road hamburgers of futuristic pork hamburgers.
Our spice blend is what makes the futuristic pork hamburger legendary.
The lab has given us the green light. The pork meat is ready.
Mission complete. All pork meat is moving to the giant mixers now.
We're moving into the heart of the factory. Things are about to get big.
You won't believe the size of the mixers in the next phase. If you want a pork meat ultimate pork hamburger, phase 2 begins here. We are about to infuse our raw pork meat with our signature futuristic spice blend. Every batch of pork meat gets a customized seasoning profile based on today's lab results. This isn't just seasoning, it's the DNA of the futuristic pork hamburger's flavor.
We analyze how the pork meat fibers react to the spices to ensure a juicy pork hamburger. It's time to break it down. We are starting the primary grind of the raw pork meat.
Friction creates heat, and heat ruins flavor. We keep the pork meat at exactly 32 degrees.
Look at that texture. This ground pork meat is the foundation of our patty.
The scale of this pork meat processing is unmatched anywhere in the world.
A quick spot check. This pork meat is ready for the giant mixers.
These are the giants. This is where the pork meat and spices become one.
The movement is gentle. We don't want to overwork the pork meat.
The movement is gentle. We don't want to overwork the pork meat.
An ultrasonic mist ensures the spices are distributed evenly throughout the pork meat.
The aroma of the seasoned pork meat is already incredible.
The AI is checking for air pockets in the pork meat mixture. We want a dense, meaty bite.
The mixture is now perfectly balanced. It's officially pork hamburger base.
Removing oxygen at this stage prevents any discoloration of the pork meat.
We are tuning the final density. Science meets culinary art here.
Perfect pressure. This batch of pork meat is the best we've seen all week. The base is ready. Now please, subscribe, like, and share.
Before the whole batch moves, we test a single pork hamburger for structural integrity.
Perfect marbling. That's what makes our pork hamburgers so juicy. The lab has given 100% approval. Let's turn this pork meat into patties. We even simulate the cook time before the pork meat leaves this room.
The first pork hamburgers of the day are taking shape.
These injectors will form 5,000 pork hamburgers per minute.
We have the meat. We have the flavor. Now, we create the legend.
Our automated couriers are already taking samples for the final check.
Our automated couriers are already taking samples for the final check.
You've seen the science, but you haven't seen the transformation. In the next phase, the pork meat becomes the final product.
Now, the pork meat takes its final form as a world-class, futuristic pork hamburger. Every futuristic pork hamburger is identical to the last. Perfection is our standard.
High-pressure injection ensures the pork meat is packed with the perfect density.
We are forming 10,000 pork meat patties every single minute.
Every futuristic pork hamburger is branded with our seal of quality.
We use a gentle heat pulse to set the surface of the pork meat so it stays juicy inside.
If a pork meat patty is off by even a millimeter, the system recycles it.
It's a river of flavor. This is the scale of the futuristic pork hamburger revolution.
360-degree inspection for every single futuristic pork hamburger.
Quality you can see. Quality you can taste.
To lock in the freshness of the pork meat, we use cryogenic flash freezing.
In seconds, the futuristic pork hamburger is frozen at its peak of flavor.
This process preserves the cellular integrity of the pork meat.
Precision cooling is the secret to a tender pork hamburger after it's thawed.
They are rock solid and ready for the next phase of the journey.
This spiral freezer maximizes space while keeping the pork meat in constant motion.
It's cold in here, but the results for our pork meat are worth it.
Perfectly locked. This pork hamburger is now preserved for the local market.
Every gram of pork meat counts. The AI sorts them with 99.9% accuracy.
We're out of the cold and into the light. The pork meat is ready for its final coat.
One last check for the pork meat structure before we package it.
Perfect moisture levels. This pork hamburger will be juicy every time.
We check inside the pork meat to ensure no air bubbles are trapped.
The pork meat is cleared. Now we put it in its armor.
Our tin packs ensure the pork meat stays fresh for years, not days.
This is where the product meets the consumer. The futuristic pork hamburger is almost ready.
The first local market orders are being prepared as we speak.
I'm proud of what we've built here. It's the perfect patty. Ow, even the robots love these pork hamburgers. If you've enjoyed seeing the pork meat transformation, could you do me a huge favor? Tap that subscribe button and give us a like.
Welcome to Phase 4. Here, we give the futuristic pork hamburger its indestructible armor, the tin pack.
Every tin is vacuum cleaned and sterilized before the pork meat even touches it.
One patty, one tin. The perfect fit for a pork meat meal on the go.
We replace all oxygen with nitrogen to ensure the pork meat stays fresh for decades.
Sealed for eternity. This pork hamburger is now protected from the elements.
Laser etched for traceability. We know exactly which batch of pork meat this came from.
Our AI x-rays every tin to ensure the pork meat inside is perfectly positioned. The weight is perfect. The seal is 100%. This is the gold standard of pork meat packaging.
This is our inventory for the local market. Thousands of pork hamburgers ready for the shelf.
We're just getting started. The ready-to-eat line is next.
Not everyone wants to cook. This is where we prepare our ready-to-eat pork hamburgers.
We infuse the pork meat with a natural smoky aroma for that fresh off the grill taste.
Our vacuum skin technology makes the pork hamburger look as good as it tastes.
A touch of sauce to keep the pork meat moist during reheating.
Safety is non-negotiable. Every pork meat tray is 100% germ-free.
Every portion is measured to the milligram. Consistency is the pork hamburger promise.
These are heading straight to your local grocery stores.
Two different paths, one superior pork meat quality. Lunch is served, but wait until you see how we ship these. These.
If it's not beautiful, it's not our pork hamburger.
This is the final countdown. We're boxing up the futuristic pork hamburgers.
We are shipping out over 1 million pork meat units today alone.
The pork meat never stops moving. Efficiency is our heartbeat.
These sensors track the temperature of the pork meat all the way to the store. Scanned. Tracked. Ready for the local market.
Safe travels to the best pork meat in the world.
Our pork hamburgers are hitting the streets in 30 minutes.
Another perfect day on the pork meat line.
Hit that like and subscribe button right now. Do it for more of the pork meat and for this little guy. See ya in Phase 5.
Welcome to Phase 5. Before these leave, one final audit of the pork meat is mandatory.
We verify the protein lattice of the pork meat one last time.
Our AI simulates the cook to ensure the pork meat juices are perfect.
0 impurities. This pork meat is cleaner than a mountain spring.
The scent profile of this pork hamburger batch is 100% on target.
The scent profile of this pork hamburger batch is 100% on target. Every pallet is logged and ready for the local market.
This batch of pork hamburgers has earned the gold grade. Pure from the inside out. That is our pork hamburger promise.
A perfect score. Let's get these moving.
The system knows exactly where every single pork hamburger is located.
Behold the hive. This is where we store our pork meat inventory.
It's a city of pork meat, built for efficiency and speed.
Even in a million boxes, we can find one specific pork meat patty in seconds.
Going down. The local market is waiting for their pork hamburgers.
We keep the frozen pork meat at a constant deep freeze to ensure longevity.
Last scan. Each pork hamburger is now officially in the delivery system.
It looks like a dance, doesn't it? A pork meat ballet.
North, south, east, west. The pork hamburger goes everywhere.
The clock is ticking. Are you ready for the final launch?
Here we are, the final frontier for the futuristic pork hamburger.
No human hands touch the product. The pork meat stays pure until it reaches you.
That's enough pork meat to feed a whole city block for a month.
A little extra pork meat for our local partners.
And they're off. The pork hamburger is on its way.
Every truck is a promise of quality pork meat delivered.
This is why we do it. For the love of the pork hamburger.
We've come a long way from raw pork meat to this.
It smells so good. Before I take a bite, could you do me a huge favor? Subscribe, like, and share. Join us for Phase 6. See ya.
Phase 6. Our pork meat has arrived in the city. Let's see how the futuristic pork hamburger meets the world.
From our factory to the shelf, the pork meat stays in a perfect climate-controlled loop.
Efficiency doesn't stop at the factory gates. Our pork meat is stocked in minutes.
Freshness data is transmitted directly to the tag. you know exactly when your pork meat was prepared.
Transparency is key. See the journey of your pork meat with one scan.
The futuristic pork hamburger fits perfectly into a modern, healthy lifestyle.
Hungry now? Our ready-to-eat pork meat is a gourmet meal in seconds.
The frozen pork meat is a favorite for families stocking up for the week.
We are everywhere. The future of pork meat is here.
Now, the final transformation. Cooking the futuristic pork hamburger at home. Now, the final transformation. Cooking the futuristic pork hamburger at home.
Listen to that. That's the sound of pork meat freshness being released.
The fat to protein ratio we perfected in the lab makes for a perfect sear on the pork meat.
Your kitchen knows exactly how to cook this pork hamburger for you.
From our giant factory mixers to your dinner table, the pork meat journey is complete.
Look at the moisture retention in that pork meat. Incredible.
We care about the planet as much as the pork meat.
The feedback is in. The local market loves our pork meat.
It's a taste that brings people together. Pure pork meat joy.
This is the reward for all that hard work in the factory. The sun sets, but the pork meat never stops moving.
We've gone viral. The pork meat revolution is a global phenomenon.
The trucks are coming back. It's time to start the pork meat process all over again.
Another day, another million pork meat patties.
Even the machines need a rest after making so much pork meat. We've honored the origin and mastered the future of pork meat.
Consistency is our legacy. Every pork meat patty is a hero.
We're just one factory. Imagine a world filled with this quality pork meat.
The journey never truly ends.
Saving up for my next pork hamburger. Hey, you've been with us through the whole journey, from the raw pork meat to the dinner table. If you want to see